Thank you, Amanda. Florida now leads the nation when it comes to that contagious UK variant of COVID-19. There are 379 reported cases here in Florida, according to the CDC. Well, some experts warn that the rise of these new variants is sort of like a Cat 5 hurricane, just lingering off the coast. And joining us right now with the very latest is our good friend, Dr. Oz. Good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Sanjay Gupta joins me today on the show to talk about that concept that we've got a storm off the coast coming in. UK variants are widespread in the U.S., with Florida being in the lead, as you point out. But not that much of a problem because the vaccine will work against the UK variant. The bigger concern is the variants from Brazil and South Africa, which may not be as easy to manage with the vaccine. Now, two bits of good news here. One, the side effects, the really severe side effects, do seem to be protected pretty effectively with these vaccines, which is good news. And second, retooling the mRNA vaccines can be done within weeks. But the bigger stories, we don't want to wait and dilly-dally and allow these variants and mutations to occur, because eventually something's going to mutate into a more deadly, more transmittable virus that we don't have a treatment for.
So are we sort of in a race, Dr. Oz, where we've got to get people vaccinated in order to stop these strains from running rampant? And how are we doing in that process? Here in Florida, I think we're at a little over 3 million people vaccinated now.
Florida is doing better than most states, in part because it's Florida to say, you know what, I don't care about these CDC rules. We're not going to spend most of our time figuring out who's next. We're just going to get needles in arms. But there's another big move happening. There's more and more belief that the second shot of the vaccine may not be necessary if you've already had COVID, because COVID basically was the first vaccination. So France, for example, is skipping the second shot. The CDC is still evaluating. Also, we're getting more comfortable with what happens if you've already been vaccinated, because now the CDC says you can skip quarantine as if you meet certain criteria. So I think we're going to move towards more people wanting to get the vaccine and more of the vaccine available. One last bit of data. It doesn't seem to be critical that you get vaccinated within that 3 to 4 week period with the second shot after you've had the first shot. It might be actually better if it's a little later. And so that's being evaluated. If that's the case, then everyone will delay their second shot, get the whole country, get the first shot, and that way we'll quickly get into this deal with roughly twice the speed. And then we can get everyone the second shot as soon as possible afterwards.
Dr. Oz, what are your thoughts on this new study saying that there have been some long-term neurological issues with people who've had coronavirus?
I think it's real. Again, Sanjay Gupta is a neurosurgeon, so we talked about that a lot. I think that about a third of people who've had COVID have some element of a neurologic issue. Sometimes it's just loss of smell and taste, but sometimes it's fogginess, fatigue, etc. Can last up to 6 months. It doesn't really link to how bad of an illness you had. People with very mild symptoms can still have those issues. And again, thankfully they recover. But the big message is, the healthier you are, the better you can cope with COVID. So if you can do anything to get your brain as healthy as possible, slashing sugar, which is important to keep the brain healthy, hydrating, 20% of the blood goes to the brain. The more fluid going there, the better for your brain. Omega-3 fatty acids, like an oily fish, and nuts. These are healthy supplement tools for us to use to keep our brain as strong as possible. So if COVID hits us, we got some resilience.
Yeah, you're the best for talking about preventative stuff, Doc. You're really good at that. Thank you so much. We hope you have a great show today, and I love your Valentine's colors. I see you're still in the spirit.
Exactly right. God bless. Take care.
You too. Good to see you. All right. Remember, you can watch Dr. Oz weekdays 2 o'clock right here on Fox 35.
Well, we have an awful lot more ahead this morning right here on Good Day Orlando, including this